The next thing we're going to go over is how to create your exploded view. Your exploded view is a special type of document where the parts in your assembly are moved away from each other and the different connections are shown with something called route lines. To start that, we're going to go ahead and open the assembly back up. I'm going to go ahead and push Control 7 to bring it over into my isometric view. Under the Assembly tab, I have the exploded view right here. Now what you do is you have the explode steps that show here, the exploding step settings are right here, and you are going to want to watch these buttons right here because that's how you can move easily from one to the next. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click and release on the top block. I get these XYZ handles. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to pull this top block up some. Now I don't want to move it also in a different direction, so I'm going to click right here where it says done to lock that step in. Now I'm basically starting again, but with the step already done. I can click this one and I can move this block back some. Click done when I'm finished and click the front block and move it down some as well. And again, when I'm done with that step, I click done. Okay. Now when I'm all done with this exploded view, I'm going to click right there to say OK. Now, this exploded view, some of you might do this and then realize, oh, I moved a block too far or not far enough. You might need to make some changes. Here's where you go. There's little tabs above your feature tree, and we're going to stay most of the time in the feature tree. But two over, the one that looks like a little network symbol, is called your configuration manager. When you click it, you're going to see your assembly block configurations, and then default, and then a little arrow. When I drop that down, you're going to see this first exploded view, and you're going to see all the steps as well. If you need to fix or change something, come back here, right click, say Edit Feature, and then you can change any of these steps that you need to or add more steps. Mine came out pretty well, so I'm going to leave it alone and go ahead and close that. Now the next thing I want to do with my exploded view is I want to do the insert and edit smart explode lines. What I want to do next then is go ahead and I'm going to click two parts. So I'm going to click the post and I'm going to click the hole. It's trying to do it for me. Let me get out of that. Try this again. Oh, explode line sketch. Here we go. This is where I can say that one goes to that one. It gives me a line, and I'm going to click OK. This is how I add our route lines. I'm going to go to my next one, where I go from this hole to, zooming out a little bit, this post right here. And again, it's going to create both of those lines and accept it. This hole to this line and accept it. And my last one is this peg to this hole. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Okay. Now in this model, and I'll go ahead and push Control F7 to kind of see it in ISO. In this model, my exploded lines will show through as though my blocks were transparent. But this is exactly what I want. I do actually want to save my document. It might ask you to rebuild and save, which you do. And go back to my configuration manager. Now, on a side note, you might need to check out if you've made a drawing. Okay, you might want to check this out and make sure that when you click this front view, that the reference or configuration is still set at default. Okay, and that where it says show an exploded view is unchecked, because this one you want to be a document that is all together. In another video, I'm going to show you what to do to make a drawing that has your exploded view on it, which will be page 3 of your packet.